Here's a bit of a wild story. So I started Sugar and Sloth as a market stall. It was originally called Kittens and Cake. Then I started selling online and it was going really well. I had a full-time corporate job at the same time though. So I would be packing orders up until honestly, 3, 4, 5 in the morning sometimes. It was not a healthy place to be in, but that's when I would get my orders packed. Okay, then I would put them all, I'm not even joking, I would put them all in 1 or 2 black bin bags, strap them to the back of my push bike, cycle to the train station in the morning, squish onto the London train, and then walk the other side to my office where I was working in my corporate job, kind of half smuggle these bin bags under my desk because obviously it looked really weird. On my lunch break, I would hustle as quickly as I could with my bin bags to the other side of town where the post office was, wait in line at the post office, pray the line wasn't too long because I had to then hot foot it back in my little lunch break before my boss noticed. So I kept this up for a few years. It's really not, when I look back, I'm like, what the hell were you doing, Anita? So it was approaching my 30th birthday, okay, and my husband and I decided that we were going to do something we dreamt of for ages. We were going to hike the Inca Trail in Peru. So I reluctantly put my little business, my little shop on holiday mode, booked the time off work, and we were off to Peru. On the flight, on the way out there, I sat next to this lovely woman called Isabella, who is a Spanish lady, and she was moving for good to Peru to be with the love of her life, who they'd only met in person a few times. I can't believe how brave it was. And she asked me what I did for a living, and I told her all about Sugar and Sloth, and I was so excited. She definitely regretted asking. She was stuck with me on this really long plane journey, and I just talked about Sugar and Sloth for ages. And she was like, wow, that's so cool that you can support yourself with your art. And I was like, actually, I do have this other full-time job that, it's 40, 50 hours a week that I'm doing as well. And she's like, why are you doing that? And the only answer I had was fear. So I had a little think, obviously hiked the Inca Trail for my 30th birthday. It was amazing. I was throwing up the whole time because my body does not handle altitude well, it turns out. And that was when I made the decision. I came back and I handed in my notice and I decided to go full time with Sugar and Sloth. And I've never been so scared in my life. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has made that possible, who has supported me in my illustration business, because you are friggin' amazing. But yes, it took me way longer than it should have because I was scared, and I shouldn't have been, because of course it was the best decision I've ever made.